Hello and welcome to another episode of Minimize Regret. In this episode, I want to talk about protecting your ego and how that can really help you grow, and it's definitely something that I regret. And I'll just share personal examples. The first I mentioned before, but is with soccer, that I didn't take it more seriously. And well, I thought it would probably take away from other areas of life, which is true. I do think the reason that I didn't try harder, why I didn't join a club team, is because I was okay being a moderate sized fish in a small pond. Like I played on a my high school team, and I it was funny because we were the first graduating class, so I was a senior. Naturally, I was also relatively athletic, so I was always getting a starting position. I didn't have to compete for that or really try to get better to be an important contributor on the team. But really, what stopped me from joining a club team is I was just protecting myself from failure. What if I tried really hard and I didn't achieve the level that I thought that I could? Maybe I mean, it could have changed the course of my life completely. Like maybe I would have tried and to get a soccer scholarship somewhere, and that would have really changed the shape of my college experience. And honestly, it could have changed the shape of my whole life. Like it's really hard for me to even speculate, because if I had taken soccer more seriously, it definitely would have changed my life. And I don't have extreme regret about it, but I definitely have a little, because I didn't really see what I was capable of. And I do think a large part of that was protecting my ego and protecting myself from failure if I tried really hard and I didn't get where I wanted to go. The second area is talking to women. And the funny thing is now, like, I'm not all that worried about rejection, and partially it's just could be due to getting older, and I'm comfortable with where I am in my life, and I'm comfortable with what my life is. But really, what stopped me from talking to women in the past is I was so afraid of rejection, and quite honestly, the reason was because I guess it would shatter the fragile ego that I had. But I missed out on so many potential relationships by just not doing stuff and not taking action in that area. And I do really regret that, because it also probably at least delayed or stunted my social skills at various times, which is kind of a funny concept, because you think about you've reached a certain level and so now you have it forever, but that's not really the case, because there's been times where my social skills have improved a lot, but then I've gotten lazy or my life has changed, and it's just been a different phase in life. And really, the social anxiety can come back for me, which is I find kind of funny, because it really reinforces the concept that you've never really made it. Like if you want to keep a skill, you've got to keep pushing it, and you've got to keep at least doing enough to maintain it. So yeah, that's a second area where I really feel like my ego held me back. And the third area is definitely my job. So it's funny, when I first started working a real job, I really had an ego, although I would say probably a lot of people didn't notice because I was generally so quiet. But truth be told, like I thought I was brilliant. I thought I could figure anything out, and therefore I had to be valuable. But it took me a little bit of time, but I quickly figured that out at work. It really takes a lot more than that to, one, be promoted, and two, to be useful. And so I just didn't acknowledge how important other people were to my success, but also I didn't acknowledge how important hard work is to my success, regardless of how intelligent you are. Like it really is not all that big of a deal if you're not willing to work hard. And I, at least when I started out, I really wasn't willing to work hard. And I do think that was largely due to ego, because I thought I don't need to work hard, I'm really smart, or what if I work hard and I fail? And you'll see that's a common theme. Like I was so afraid of failure, and I do think that was to protect my ego. However, that really stopped me from growing in all these various areas. So this is just a call, and I know it's really hard, especially when you're young. Like trust me, I was all caught up in my ego and protecting it. But if you can just let go of that, that will just open you up to so many more growth opportunities. So yeah, that's all I've got for this video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.